How y'all doing out there today, this morning? Um, my name is Brandy. I'm 37 years old. I don't really, I don't really do social media like that, or YouTube and anything like this. But I was led to do God is so amazing movement because I just want to tell my testimony, or at least a part of my testimony, how amazing God is. Y'all, I come from a small town. You know, I have four brothers and myself, and you would think that a girl like me would have been like a tomboy, having four brothers, all of these boy cousins, and you know, different things like that. But I was very girly, very, very girly, and something happened a long time ago in my life where I thought that if I would date women, that it would go away. So I did that. Um, and even in the and when I did it, it's like I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong before I did it. I grew up in church all my life. I don't know. It's. I always knew God. I always knew God. I always knew who to run to. I always knew who to pray to, who to hold on to. But something happened, so I started dating women, and basically, well, I had my son at 17, and I'm gonna back up. I had my son at 17, and when I found out I was pregnant, I was afraid because my mom was a hard worker. It's four boys ahead of me. Then you know, it's what is Brandy gonna do? What is my daughter gonna do? So in my mind, I'm looking at the expectations from myself, from my mom. You know, um, so I did it. I didn't. You know, I just didn't know what to do. So I had a child at 17, and right after I had my son, um, I started dating women. Again, and I'm gonna say I knew it was wrong, but I did it. And from 17 to 32, um, I dated women. But God is just so amazing that in the midst of all of everything that I had been through and everything I was going through, um, I was still able to hear His voice. Um, I still prayed and had a very deep connection with God to where I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't. And I believe that with all of my heart. Um, I got into a relationship and moved away from the small town. And, me and the person was going through some things. It was a hard relationship. I had been through some very difficult things like, you know, fighting and, you know, um, physical abuse and things of that nature. So, when I go out and I meet someone, I met someone else, and you know, this particular time, I went home and I was like, God, am I supposed to move? Do I move and be with this woman? And people be like, how can you talk to God about, you know, a woman? Y'all, I just know honestly, I talk to God about everything. And that don't, you either hear what you want to hear or you actually hear God. So I knew it was wrong. God told me to be still, and I didn't. So I came to Duval County, and 14 years I was here. And for 14 years, I heard God tell me, or God would show me in a dream everything that was going to happen and take place because I didn't do what God told me to do. But in the midst of it, is so amazing because again, He kept me. Y'all, I moved to Duval County, and shortly after that, I became sick. Uh, I had a tumor. Um, But in the midst of it, I didn't know I had a tumor. I didn't know that that was why I was gaining the weight and things of that nature. But while I was sick and had the tumor, um, something happened here where I was robbed, um, and it was a pretty bad robbery. It was a pretty bad situation. I didn't know Duval County, so I was following the person that I was with. So, you know, we moved to a side of town I wasn't familiar with, and I'm not bougie or anything. It's just that I didn't know, I didn't know anything about that particular stuff, or being on that type around that type of environment. But anyways, you know, uh, I was robbed, and I went through, uh, you know, being raped here, and you know, for men to tell you, well, I'm going to show you, what it is to be a woman. You're not a man. Um, it did something to me. So in that process, uh, my life, I really didn't come outside much. Uh, the doctors had said that I developed like um, basically something that was called like agoraphobia. I wouldn't come outside. I didn't want anybody to. I was afraid. You know, I was really afraid. I felt like somebody was gonna get me, or somebody was gonna do something to me, or something was gonna happen to me, or the people that came, they were gonna come again. So um, I didn't come out the house, and that lasted for about 7, 8 years. Um, so while I wasn't coming out the house and things of that nature, I was growing. My belly, my stomach was getting bigger. My stomach, things was happening health wise. Um, but God kept telling me, this I'm gonna basically this is gonna happen. I'm gonna allow you. I'm gonna bring you to your knees if you don't come out of this. And I'm fighting and I'm fighting and I'm fighting. But all in the midst of it, again, He protected me the whole time. He protected me the whole time. Me, my son, um, through it all, the whole time. So with having, the tumor, I looked up, y'all, and I'm like 400 and some odd pounds. Like I think like around 450 or something pounds, carrying my stomach, you know, um, walking with this tumor. And I saw a doctor, and the doctor kept telling me there's nothing wrong with you, but I'm walking around here and I'm dark, and I'm I'm sick, and things are going on in my body. I'm not recognizing myself. I'm telling this man something is wrong, you know. Uh, so I'm going about my regular life or whatever, and will come to where I would go outside every now and again. Um, one particular day, I'm outside and y'all, I'm walking around, and I tell you, I just dropped. My legs just gave way, and a friend picked me up, and they had me in the car, and my legs would just shake. They would just shake, and the kids would say, "Well, what's wrong? Are your legs having a party today?" You know, and that went on for years. For years, I couldn't walk for years, um, and I would just pray and cry, and I would pray and cry, um, to where I'm like, God, what is going on? But I know that I'm special. I knew God had a calling on my life. I know that I wasn't supposed to be where I was, and I did it. You got to remember, I never even wanted to be with women. I just thought that it would fix what was going wrong when I in that small town. You know, I really just wanted love and peace, and you know, that was the way I chose to go about it. But anyways, I kept going and living life. Couldn't walk for about 3 years. I couldn't really walk. I was crippling, y'all. This tumor was crippling me from the inside out. So it got to the point where, when I couldn't stand, I was throwing my legs because it was pushing out my spine and it had shifted my tailbone. Um, and I carried this thing for a very long time. I carried this tumor 8 years, 7 or 8 years, about 7 or 8 years. And finally, my friend, the same woman that I was with, she was like, well, we got to figure out, something, because doctors kept dismissing me. They would say, well, it's diabetes, it's high blood pressure. Um, had a doctor tell me, well, she's just too overweight. We don't want to do nothing, we don't want to do anything with her. And just dismiss me. I had one doctor check me into the hospital to do, get ready to put me on diabetes medication and insulin and all this. And the doctor come in the hospital and was like, she doesn't have anything. The blood work come back. She doesn't have diabetes. We can't give her diabetes medication if she don't have diabetes. God is amazing. So the doctor gets my blood work and things back and he dismisses me. By then I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. My body is tired. My mind is tired. Um, I'm running, from God, because I'm thinking, I want to be here. I want to help raise these kids. My heart goes out to to the babies. I love the babies. I have a really big heart. But all the while, God was saying, you get out of the way. You get out of the way. You're not me. You're not God. You can't do what I'm trying to do. For you or for them. Um, you know. So anyway, finally with the tumor situation, um, about 7 or 8 years past, it's to the point where, basically I can't really do anything. I had to have someone help me do everything. I was just ashamed. I didn't want anybody to see me, you know. Um, so I go to the doctor and the doctor they did an x-ray on me and they saw my back x-ray they saw the tumor through my back x-ray. They called me in and tell me, well, Miss Robinson, you need to talk to you. You got to go, see an OB and things of that nature. So I go, and the OB was like, we need to get this tumor out of you, you know. So basically, we scheduled the operation, and I'm scared because I have been scared for so much for so long, and that's the enemy trying to use fear. I have been scared for so long, y'all. Um, till I postponed the first surgery date. So the second surgery date come around, and I go, and I'm like, God, you know, I never had surgery, but I'm hopeful that it's successful. So I'm in surgery, y'all, and all of a sudden, thank you, God, all of a sudden I'm sitting here outside of my surgery looking at the doctors outside of my body, looking at the doctors work on me in the surgery room. And all I could tell myself, I look around, I see the doctors, I hear the doctor saying, well, we can't get her blood pressure stable. Uh, you know, we're losing her, things of that nature. And I'm over here because in the house they would call me Boogie. My ex girlfriend at the time would call me Boogie. So I'm saying, Boogie, get up. I'm like, Boogie, get up. And y'all, no one could hear me. You know, I was alone outside of my body, looking at my body. And in the room of the surgery, when I was having surgery, in the room of the right hand side of the room, y'all, the most beautiful is light, the most captivating light. came in this room. It just showed up. And I'm looking, I'm like, God, no, no, no. No, 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 not right now. Not right now. God, if you just allow me to make it through this surgery, if you breathe breath back into my body to make it back into this surgery, I will get out. I will get out. Allow me. Don't, I don't want to go yet. I'm telling God, I'm talking to God. I don't want to go yet. I don't want to go yet. My son, I have my son out here, my baby, he was in middle school at the time. I'm like, God, I will get out of it. I will come out of it. And y'all, I woke up to my girlfriend. They were pushing me in the room and I was telling her they can't get my blood pressure stable. They won't, I'm telling her everything that was happening in the room. And the doctor was like, how do you know that? And y'all, from there on out, I fought to get out. I got out of being in a relationship with women. Y'all, God delivered me. I prayed heavy. I prayed hard. I cried. I prayed sincerely for God to deliver me because I wasn't doing it for me anyway. I wasn't doing it for me anyway. I didn't want to be doing it. I just did it. Thinking, hey, it'll fix it. It didn't fix anything. It didn't fix anything for me. I felt like um, I'm I'm not even giving who I am. On the outside, I'm looking like a boy, and on the inside, here I am, this young lady. You know, and people would say, well, you don't even what you look like. You don't even act like. You keep your nails pretty, and you in here cooking and cleaning like a female. You're very, ladylike, but you look like a boy. And in my head, I'll be like, man, they just don't even know how I truly feel. They don't know how bad I really want to get out of this. But God, He's so amazing that He allowed me to come back. He allowed me another chance at life. you know and I'm not knocking anybody. I don't have anything to do with what, but I'm just talking about me. Gave me a chance to do what I really wanted to do, y'all. And I love God. I've always loved God. you know um I would just write, in the position where I was, being with women, and being scared to come out of the house, and being sick, and have been robbed, and just so many different things that went on. But I just want to testify how good and how amazing God is, y'all, to where I'm sitting here, and I turned 37 April the 15th, um, Monday. And I'm like, God, you know what? I'm not gonna keep being fearful to speak about you, and you're so amazing. Somebody needs to know. I just want to testify on how amazing God is. So um here I am at 37, y'all. I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner saved by grace. But I am walking, and it's not an easy walk, man, but it's a it's a fulfilling walk. Things are falling off for me. I am truly who I am. You know, and I just look forward to you know my life. I look forward to whatever God has for me beyond this. Uh, the tumor, it did, you know, mess me up. I have to receive injections. I have to get my tailbone put into place every month. I have a shifted kneecap. I have some bulging disc. Um, but y'all, I don't look like where I come from and what God has brought me from. So no matter what I'm going through, no matter the pain that I go through, He's so amazing because He's still doing it in my life. He's still doing it for me. He still provides for me. Things are hard, but God provides for me. He gives me everything um, that I need, and for that I'm grateful. And I just want to talk to people and tell people. I mean, I'm talking. I just want to tell people how good God and how amazing God truly is. He truly is amazing, y'all. So, you know, there's more to the story, there's more to my testimony. Um, this is, like I said, my first time doing this. So I will show pictures of where I was and where God brought me from. I'm telling y'all, I used to sit in my room when I finally moved out from my relationship. Um, Me and my son, I would sit in my room and be like, God, I sit in my closet and I'm looking at all these clothes like, I just want to throw this stuff over the balcony. I don't want to be in these. I don't want to look like a boy. I don't want to do this. And still y'all, I had a mate, a male mate, and everything. And I'm like, God, why do I have to? I don't have enough to be able to purchase clothes right now. So God was saying to me, no, I'm gonna deal with you I'm gonna fix you from the inside out. You're gonna have to deal with this for some time. Because what need to be fixed got to be fixed on the inside. It's not the outside. It wasn't the outside. Yeah, I could change the outside at any time. Put on the dress anytime. I was broken. I was tired. I was battered. My mind was just tired. I had tried to commit suicide. Y'all, I'm 22 years old. Y'all, God is amazing. Because when you put a gun to your head and you pull the trigger and you hear the bullet go off and you do this in front of someone, but the bullet wounds up in the ceiling, y'all, I open my eyes and I'm like, I'm still here. I'm still here. Why? Because God is amazing. Had he allowed the bullet to do what the bullet was supposed to do, I wouldn't all of the things I was going through, and I just want to be with God, and I would have never been able to go before him. I would have been in hell, y'all. Had he allowed me to take my own stuff out, I would have been in hell. I would have been dead and in hell. Suffered on earth for no reason. Wouldn't even saw my deliverance. God is amazing. My son now, he's about to be 21. He's in college. Um, we got through life. We're getting through life. Excuse me. I'm just thankful, that I'm here to be able to tell somebody else, y'all, how great God is, how amazing God is, how amazing God. Every day He's amazing for me. Pain, I have pain in my body. I'll never be able to forget the things that I went through. I have permanent scars to be reminded, And I'm okay with that because every day it reminds me how great and amazing, how amazing God is. I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful to be delivered. I have no desire for a woman at all, at all. I can say that I am truly delivered from homosexuality. I can say that I am truly delivered. And God, I thank you for being so amazing. Until a later date or until another time, y'all be blessed.